you do your bachelor's from one of the colleges in India. You're not getting your desired job in India. You get to know about an MIM. You never knew what an MIM is. Someone told you that you can't do an MBA with 0 to 2 years of experience. You need at least 4 to 5 years of experience. And now you're targeting an MIM. And I'm sure everybody would be having this question in their mind that is MIM really worth it? So in this video, I'll discuss with you if you should go for an MIM, what type of profile should go for an MIM, what type of colleges should you target when you're targeting an MIM. We'll discover and cover everything in this video. So first of all, right, just to give a small brief of what an MIM is a master's degree, which is a general master's degree, which is very similar to an MBA. It's just that it's built for people who have less than 2 years of experience. 70 to 80% of the people pursuing an MIM go and do it straight out of college, right? They're fresh grads. In this degree, you're allowed to have some electives. You can in some colleges, you can design your own second semester, in some cases second years, and you can pick up courses, electives, and make it in some sort of specialization, right? Like you can do an MIM with a specialization in finance, you can do that, right? But, right, so since a lot of people do an MIM without experience, when you apply for jobs after your MIM, there's this question that comes in employers' mind that would the person that we are going to be hiring, is that person going to be an asset for us or not? Because you don't have experience, you are a fresher. Why should a company take this extra pain of sponsoring your visa, filing extra documents with the government? In some cases, they have to pay also to the government just to sponsor you. So why would they go through this extra pain of doing all of this? And that's why if you want to go for an MIM, you need to ensure that you are the best international candidate that can apply for that job. And that is only possible when you are studying at one of the best MIMs of the world, right? So if you don't have experience, or if you have around let's say 6 months, 1 year of experience, you need to go for a college like HEC, LBS, ESSEC, INSEAD, Imperial, Duke, Cornell, Booth, these type of colleges. And that is your only way of entering the international market, especially if you don't have any experience. I would not recommend you going to lower tier colleges, like lower tier 1 colleges also in the list, right? You should be aiming at the most creamy layer of colleges. And LinkedIn is an amazing example, right? Any degree that you're targeting, not just for MIM, any other degree also that you're targeting, you can go to LinkedIn. You can, just write the degree name, write comma, and then write the college name. You'll get all the profiles that have graduated from those colleges. Reach out to Indian profiles, right? Don't look at all the profiles. You need to specifically look at Indian profiles, where they are and what they are doing. That's when you understand if that college is really worth it, right? So if you don't have experience, you cannot compensate on the brand name, right? But let's say you have some experience, right? You have 2 years of experience by the time you're applying. And let's say, by the time you go there, you'll have 3 years of experience. In that case, now it's not just the college brand name, you also have your previous experience. And if that really aligns with what you want to do in your, career post your master's, I think that can be really helpful, right? So if you have 2 years of experience, you're applying for an MIM, then you can still degrade the value of your college, right? That is totally fine in my opinion. So you can go for schools like EdHec, Warwick, KCL, Edinburgh, any other, lower tier colleges out there, right? Which we usually don't suggest students, even if you don't have experience. If you have experience in both the cases, you should try for the best. But I'm just saying, if you already have admits, for some reason you were not able to get into the tier 1 colleges, maybe that one reason was you didn't work with us. But for any reason, right, you couldn't get into these schools. If you have experience, you can still go for them, right? So that's more about it. So in the most simplest way, if you have experience, go for tier 2 colleges. If you have admits from tier 2 colleges, you can still go for them, but always try for the best. If you don't, you cannot negotiate or compensate on the brand name, right? For any country, there's a simple rule that you can follow. You can aim for the top 5 schools of any country. Try to get in. If you don't, just figure out what went wrong, improve that, and then apply again. But don't just go to a country for the sake of going into that country, right? So that's more about it. And in my opinion, if you have any questions, you can write to me on my email ID. You can also book a session with us. I'll drop a link in the description. Bye-bye.